Namaste and welcome to class, and thank you so much for sitting with me with your undivided attention. This gorgeous day of fall. It's 20 degrees here, so it's a beautiful, beautiful opportunity to jump back in the lake. And in today's class, I want to expand about the qualities of the leader. We have seen it, the impediments of the good leadership, internal leadership, right? When the ego is in the way, when our agendas are in the way, when we have concepts and we have certain agendas that doesn't let us really to let the natural attribute of leadership from the heart to come forwards with its own neutrality, with its own capabilities at its own glory. So most of us, we don't have opened the space for the real leader in you to mature. So let's, in this class, make some points where we can see what a leader looks like. What are the real leader qualities that we have? And they're very much in connection to the connection you have with your earth and the connection that you have with the sky. It means the inspiration and it means the action. So the first attribute that a good leader inside has is the critical assessments of what is factual, what is real, with no interpretation. So, and this is like, you can imagine that it's like an ego that is overviewing a situation within you, right? Also, you can go outside as well, you can see the overview of a situation. But in here, you're not only seeing the situations, but you are having a critical assessment of what is true and what is not. I'll give you an example. Recently, we just finished our retreat, and one of the participants at one moment, I noticed it was teary and not having a good time. And then I asked, sweetheart, what it bothers you? And he said, oh, I feel rejected, you know, did you separate the group in two, and I was not included, and it feels so left out, and then when I will have time to catch up with what are you teaching to the other group, and so on and so forth. So this conversation in the mind, that it was just rolling in a ball of, okay, this situation is rejected me. And then I asked her, I said, well, okay, let's review the facts. And this is important for any situation you have, where you can clear your imagination of how others are giving you medicine. Any medicine, the good, the bad. And it's like, okay, is this person... And so the questions I placed were, are you truly rejected? Well, no, I'm not rejected. I was in that position because I was missing a teachings, and without those other teachings, I cannot receive new teachings. Okay, so it's not a rejection, it was just a missing of a prerequisite. Okay, where you told that you're not loved. Are you really loved and embraced? And then first you say, well, finally say, yes, I am loved. I am loved, and I'm accepting the love. So this is the process of critical assessment, where you are actually seeing what really is happening with no interpretation, right? And so many of us are based relationships and our own leadership tinted by the victim, tinted by the tyranny, tinted by our own agenda, and so on. There is nobody nobody against you, and there is nobody wanting you to go in certain direction, right? So in here, your first homework is to make critical assessment, probably on situations that are difficult for you, right? If let's say you are going through a transition and say, oh, my assessment is that I cannot move, that I cannot perform, that I won't have money, that I won't have this, that people are against me, that my partner is not giving me certain things. Just go through the question, is this really real? You will see that 99.90% is not going to be real. It's part of you set up inside of a victim who wants to be attacked in order to attack back and to keep a position of, see, everybody heard me, I am not able to do things, the world is a threat, and then you enter into the perception of the ego. So the leader critical assessment destroy the ego lies, the cunningness of the ego that is want to give you certain perception, but it really is not a real fact. So this is how you can maintain that inspiration that comes from the sky, all the opportunities that it comes, the passion with no reaction. Because the passion or the inspiration with passion that is not reactive is dual, but the passion that it comes with an agenda that is reacting towards something, you're missing the point. You're not leading yourself into something that is empowering and uplifting. The second part that it goes hand to hand is once you have that critical assessment, that I'm calling critical assessment, which verify the facts, the truth, then you have an ability of ownership that assessment. And that in that ownership, you are responding to a certain action. So it's not only that you see what is the assessment and you maintain certain aloofness about the situation, but you say, what I am observing, it's my observation, right? For example, the example that I'm giving you with this participant in the retreat, she owns and say, yes, I am not seeing it right. I am distorting the truth to maintain a position of victim and rejection. And then her action was to continue to engage in the conversation and in the learning without going into the cave and feeling sorry for herself and so on. You do a proactive action of, I felt that, nothing wrong, but it's not true, and I'm not condemning myself for it. I'm not beating myself up. I'm just saying, okay, what is the right action then? The right action is to get engaged right in the moment of what is in front of you. Not in the future, not in the next day, no. What is in front of you? And in that action that you are responding, you create a sense not only of ownership, which is sense of territory, sense of power, a sense of directionness, but also you are creating a momentum of the assessment and the action to be together. And that combination give the leader a very acute and beautiful quality, and is the quality to look ahead. And look ahead does not mean to be in the future, but to look ahead in terms of if I have a situation where I am choosing my poor critical assessment, I am choosing the victim, I cannot look ahead. But the leader will say, if you continue in that position, you end up with these resources, with this position, with this ability, with this vision, right? So the leader foresee the probabilities of the critical assessment with the actions that have been in place. I see that all the time in students. I can see the students who have the potential, who have the incredible ability to have the critical assessments about themselves without blame or without trying to correct anything. Just receive the feedback and say, okay, tell me how you see me. I give the feedback and there is no reaction. It's just more of a contemplative thing that is assessing the information. And then they put in their own way, in their own capability, certain action that seals that critical assessment with ownership, with that sense of responsibility. And here, you don't blame others, you don't create stories about others, you just simply see your probabilities, right? And it's not necessarily a future, but is depending on your choices of critical assessment and action, that combination, that you will have an outcome. And the leader is able to see it. The leader is able to sniff. They say, okay, no, this person will succeed because of that valuable assessment. Now, sometimes another quality of the leader is that it's able to maintain that foreseeing, that vision, that look ahead, even if is totally immersed in a task. Some task, let's say for a mother, that you are 24 hours, 7 days a week with that newborn, you are totally immersed in that task and it can be consumed in that task. But the good leader can be consumed in the task, putting the whole full juices and intensivity in the task without losing the ability to foresee where it's going. That is a beautiful thing because it's an intense action, earth action, practical action, but at the same time maintaining the altitude of overseeing what is the probable outcomes, right? So when that is in place, you are able to have the lucidity of the boundaries of different roles. For example, all of us have different roles. We have the mother, the husband, the sister, the daughter, the job, all different kinds of roles. And actually, the more richer our roles are, the leader is able to find a very determined boundaries in each of the roles. It means you don't be a mother to your husband, you don't be a husband to your daughter, you don't, the daughter is not mothering the mother or the father. Every role have its boundaries and every role have an accuracy. Is accurate in delivering that particular role with integrity. And this is a quality of the leader not only within you, but also outside of you. If you are a manager or a leader of some sort, you see imply roles to other people, and only that roles, without mixing things ahead, not making things messy. You know what is the role of each person, and you are able to respect their capabilities and deliver and tell them what is it that you are expecting. So the leader is very clear in the different experiences that you have and the roles that they have played in your life. They are not rejecting this experience or grasping in the other experience. Oh, I only want this. No. Every role, every experience, it have a place, it have a role, and I am able to integrate that with and perform that with accuracy and integrity. Another quality of the leader is manners. It have a fluidity in social skills. It knows exactly when, how to treat everybody equally. And with that grace, I will say, the leader start establishing connections and start creating a network within yourself where you are not favoring one group over another one. You are socially impartial and you're socially graceful to anybody. I have this example with my teacher. It's just, it doesn't matter who he was shaking his hands. It was the same intensity, the same love, the same embracement for that person. It doesn't matter how humble that person was or how important it was. It was no of a difference. So social matters and interaction enrich the leader with connections and with wealth in terms of information or management of goods and services and so on. So and that qualities of the leaders within you, you are constantly evaluating your resources. And this is another quality that is so valuable that you should take notes. You evaluate your resources, your experiences, your information, anything that happens to you, and you know what is the good outcome and what is the bad outcome. If I have an experience of being the victim, the leader will know what is the outcome of that, what it will come to you if it's good or it's bad. And mostly it will turn any situation that is in disadvantage, it will turn it into an advantage. It turns any limitation into limitlessness. So you have a few points here of what are the qualities of the leader, and from the two main aspects of the critical assessment and the right action, have all these branches of roles and assessments and management and vision and so on. As a homework, I want you to take an exercise of critical assessment, either with your partner. With your partner, you can say, okay, is that true? Is it that true that, let's say last week you were asking me, say, how I make others follow the spiritual path? You say, is that true or necessary? Is that true or necessary? Is that a critical assessment? You ask yourself, you inquire yourself about any situation that it seems bothering you or looping in your mind. And most of the time, It's because there is an action, an accurate action that you are avoiding, that is pushing you towards the limit, towards something that you don't know. I thank you very much for sitting with me. Any question, just post it below, and I will see you in our next class. Namaste.